Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian, as Special Agent Jack Whiteside.
Still no goddamn boats. What the hell is this place?
Gabe, as Special Agent Roy Arroyo.
Ted Bundy is my personal hero.
And Matt as Detox.
You know, it's like my mother always said, Julio, honesty is the best policy.
Welcome, players. How is everybody doing tonight?
I'm good, you?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking.
Yep.
Detox's real name is Julio because it's what his mother called it.
Julio, got it. Julius Caesar.
I have my own salad dressing.
How are you doing, keeper?
I'm a little tired tonight.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Don't let him think we're humans.
I think it's because of the time change.
Oh.
But probably not.
Probably not.
It's probably from all the chicken wings I ate.
Oh, you're becoming a chicken.
Possibly the time change, though.
Probably the time change, not the wings.
It's probably the chicken having experienced the time change.
No, I forgot to mention there
in
was
his body.
Evidently, there was an accident earlier this morning,
and
someone hit a power line down the way, so our power's been out for half the day. I wasn't quite sure if we'd be able to do this or not.
So you slept all day?
No, we were actually out and about after the movie, and I had less time to prepare.
What, libraries don't exist?
Exactly. All right, well, let's take a quick moment to check for any letters from beyond. On Twitter, D&D live streamers Vagrants and Vagabonds comment, looking forward to how this storyline progresses. Has Detox figured out that accent yet, LOL?
I did warn people at the beginning that this would be a little rough, and I might eventually get it in the next, 7 or 8 chapters. So if you want to stick around, you might get there one day.
So is it Australian or New Zealand?
I think it's somewhere in between.
Or
and
French?
I'm just gonna kind of... It's very French.
France.
Incredibly offensive.
I agree.
At BM_Snowflake says, every time I check for a new episode of Lovecraft Tapes and there isn't one, I contemplate the advantages of summoning Ithaqua to devour my sadness.
Oh, at least you're thinking of us.
Do it.
Summon them. Summon them.
I double dog dare you.
On Facebook, Jack Riley says, just found this and started listening. Already on episode 8. Great work.
Holy cow. Flying through it. Thank you.
Flying through it, episode 8 out of 70.
Hey. Remember the early episodes? It's hard to fly through them.
David C. Winterman asks, was Tommy Ray inspired by Clive Barker's Great and Secret Show? I hope he appears again. Ooh. So we have a Tommy Ray fan out there. And to answer David's question, no, Tommy Ray was not inspired by Clive Barker's Great and Secret Show or the sequel to that book, Everville. But I can see some of the same characteristics bleeding through. I did read both of those books. I didn't really like them that much, but maybe a little bit came through. I'm a bigger fan of early Clive Barker. And I think once he got into the fantasy stuff, I started losing a little bit of interest. So
look at Mr. Fancy Pants over here reading his books.
But he will be back.
But that was like 20 years ago, Matt. So
he's making fun of me because I can't read.
Anymore. It's back when I was naive.
On Instagram, Stag247 is killing it with amazing hand-drawn artistic representations of our podcast. He's already completed chapters 1 and 2, and as of today, chapter 3, which features the investigators, NPCs, locations, running jokes, hashtags, and events that did occur in the scenario. So it's an amazing job. Look up Stag247 on Instagram. He's doing some very good work there.
It's awesome. It's so cool. Definitely made my day.
Yeah.
Always fun to see fan art.
It's the peak. We can only go downhill.
We're already at the bottom, dude.
And finally on Discord, welcome to newcomers, Kaskafi, Enter, High Life, Jesse, and Lost Sailor 76.
Ooh.
All right.
Sailor Moon.
Guys, before we begin, we do need to take a quick commercial break.
Nice.
And we're back.
Nice.
Brian, that's like the 12th one you've had over this commercial break.
Well, if you heard the fucking commercials, you gotta just get through them, okay?
Well, look, guys, I know we're pretty desperate for advertiser, but this one goes a little bit too far. How can we be sure this product is gluten-free?
Well, I mean, if you eat it and your dick doesn't fly off, you should be in good shape.
Oh, I've been not eating bread. Is that wrong?
You've been eating only gluten.
Only gluten. I just extracted out of the bread. I thought the bread was the bad part. I haven't had a dick for 3 years.
We know.
No, you know.
All right. Now, dear investigators, we continue. Yes. Chapter 7, Bloodlines. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. The investigators continue their search for the missing Dan Williams with mixed results. True to character, Roy alienates the local populace, antagonizing a mild-mannered caretaker who only wanted a fishing buddy.
Jack it's like three guys, you're overreacting.
Jack tracks a downed drone, which turns out to be a child's toy, which may contain clues on the footage. Detox receives a mysterious text message scrambled with cryptography and discovers disturbing images on the drone's memory card. Roy attempts to sneak into Sunset Cottage, but meets Constable Lumley. Jack gets another unsettling phone call. Meanwhile, Lumley accompanies Detox across the street for a personal tour of Dan's last known whereabouts, but nothing is found. Frustration sets in as the investigators mull their options on how best to get to Bloodsworth Island, even as Detox manages to unscramble the cryptogram. It is currently Monday, October 1st, late afternoon. Roy, truth be told, it hurts your pride to have someone like Constable Lumley even think that you might harm a screen door, especially a larceny screen door. Your emotions are tumultuous right now, a raging storm of self-doubt and pissed-offedness. You're not sure whether to take a nap, pray to Jesus for guidance, fire your gun up into the air at random clouds, or... Suddenly, there's a knock at the front door of Villa Winona.
Ryder.
Jack, you're feeling a little vulnerable after the encounter with Lumley. Sure, you've never been good with words, but... he dismissed your story so quickly. Might be best to stick to your strengths rather than sweet-talking the local law enforcement, or anyone for that matter. The impulse to put your fist through the nearest wall is disrupted by a knock at the front door of your rental house. Detox. A chill creeps through your body as you stare at the unencrypted message. You do have an inkling what it could mean, and nobody likes a clock that ticks too loud. Just then, a series of short, sharp raps rattle the front door frame. Your heart unexpectedly leaps excitedly in your chest as you picture the lanky, lean form of Constable Lumley standing on the front porch. Take it away, gentlemen.
Keeper, you are staging a... Oh.
A coup?
Well, I guess I'll answer it. I go to the door.
All right. You're looking at the door?
Mm-hmm. Studying. I got to study. Let me roll to study.
It looks like a really nice door. It's a pretty good frame. You do see
Is it ornate?
You do see the shape of someone standing outside. It looks like a short, squat person. You can see just basically a shadow through the curtain.
Who is it?
Good one.
It's a pirate! Run!
I believe you'd be looking for a boat.
I open the door up quickly.
And you see a much older gentleman standing out there. He looks like he's about 60s. He has a white beard and mustache, wearing a captain's hat, dressed in a wool coat, And you notice immediately that one of his legs looks a little skinnier than the other.
Back leg. Well, how'd you hear that we were looking for a boat?
Oh, word gets around. Word gets around, my young friend. Might you be Jack Whiteside?
That is my name, Special Agent.
Well, if you're looking for a boat, I might be able to help you. You mind if I come in? Would you have a cup of tea, potentially?
What did you say your name was?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's my manners? I'm Captain Colonel Bacon.
Captain Kirk Bacon. Somebody should put that in the wiki, probably.
Perhaps you've heard of me.
Colonel Bacon. Yeah, come on in.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Bacon.
Thank you. And he stumps inside, and as he takes steps, you hear his footfalls. The right footfall sort of echoes woodenly on the tile in the entryway. Oh, I see you've rented the villa.
Yep.
Oh, hello there. Are these your friends?
Yeah, this is Detox, and this is Roy Arroyo.
We're not friends.
Well, fair enough.
This might be a fair description.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Captain Colonel Bacon. How are you getting along on the island so far?
Other than having a really hard time finding any other boats other than the ones over at Kingfish.
So that Ned and what the fuck is his name? Phil and Ned have been giving you a hard time, have they?
Apparently, they only had one motorboat, and they rented it out to some guy who just kind of never brought it back.
Oh, well, don't believe everything you hear.
I tried to shoot him.
Oh, I doubt they'd be convinced so easily.
So what is this about a boat?
Well, I heard that you were asking about a boat. I mean, you practically talked to every person on the island except for me.
There's only 6 people on this island, and it's true. The little boy had a boat, but
let's just say a little birdie told me. How is that?
We're not on Twitter.
And I happen to have a boat.
And,
now, where is it you'd be
would
going?
your boat be called the U.S.S. Booberry by any chance?
Why, yes. How did you know?
I can't go on this boat.
I named it after my fair wife.
She was very pale.
She's dead now. Practically a ghost.
She's really fair.
She had the blue hair.
Yeah, we would like to charter that if we could.
Well,
Nope.
Well, I'm offering you a lift.
All right.
I understand
you don't
want
mind
to
taking
go
us?
to Bloodsworth Island.
Hey,
I only do Uber.
Boober?
Boober.
Boober's been having some technical difficulties lately.
seems like every time we try and ask someone about Bloodsworth Island, they kind of clam up and just tell us that we should leave it alone. And
Well, that's probably because of the giant clams. I'm joking, of course. There's no giant clams.
You got any information? What do you know about the island?
Whoa, well, I know a fair bit. I know that there were some shady types who used to work and ferry back and forth back in the 80s, but that was actually before my time. Since then, I've helped out the occasional curious types such as yourself over to the island. I happen to know where certain, shall we say, obstacles might be on the way.
Talking about the mines.
Oh, you've heard about the mines?
Oh, we've heard.
Yes, they can be very dangerous to the unwary.
I'm pretty good at Minesweeper, so it might not be
that's
that much
good,
of
yes.
trouble.
So what is it you want out of this?
Well, it's very complicated. It's a little thing called money.
All right. What are you thinking?
Well, I don't want to be too greedy about it, but from what I understand, you're pretty hard up. So I'd be willing.
I'm always hard.
Oh, my lord. Oh, he fans himself with his hat. Where's the tea, by the way? I always like to negotiate over some tea.
Sucks we don't have any.
I'll go check the kitchen. I'm the only one around here who probably knows how to make tea anyway.
Well, thank you, young lady. I appreciate that very much.
No problem. I'll be right back. And I'm going to stand up and head into the kitchen and see if we have supplies to make tea.
And you do. It's pretty well stocked here, actually.
Cool. I'm going to put the kettle on.
Nice.
After filling it with water.
Oh, would you mind if I sat down, Mr. Whiteside? My back is killing me right about now.
Oh, that's fine. Let's sit right in the living room where it's comfortable.
Well, thank you. Would you mind if I took this high back chair?
Doesn't bother me a bit.
Thank you.
That's Roy's chair, though, so you might want to ask him.
Oh, Mr. Arroyo, is that all right with you?
Yeah, fine.
Well,
I'll
thank
stand, Stumpy.
Thank you. And he stumples over and collapses into the chair.
I don't know if stumples is the word.
Stumples is my
now
dog.
A word.
Stumples is my dog.
And he groans as he collapses into the chair and then absentmindedly scratches at his right leg.
Get him!
Oh! So
all right, my turn for the questions.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. What would you like to know?
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
All right, Mr. Whiteside, you shake a leaf.
It's a log.
Shake a log.
All right. How do you know? Who told you about us?
Well, it's no secret. Arby back up at the store, he likes to talk.
All right.
Very simple. It's a small island, gets around.
I mean, I've never met this dude. You knew my name, so that's like a huge hole in the story right there, but sure.
Ask him how he knew about us.
So,
Any other
why
questions?
are you not
What's that? I'm sorry?
Why are you not afraid of this island?
Well, I've actually never set foot on the island. So I wouldn't say I'm without fear.
Set stick on the island?
What's that?
Have you set stick on the island? Because, I mean...
Oh,
I don't know how many
you're
places
talking
you
about
have
my
set
leg,
foot.
right?
Yeah.
I see, yes. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he
Ask him if he's ever been to the island.
And Jack's in the bathroom just letting out a monstrous stream that smells like asparagus. He's like, I don't remember eating asparagus.
All I had were curly fries. I don't get it.
Must have been in the breakfast burrito.
So Captain Colonel Bacon looks at Roy and then reaches down and pulls up his right pant leg and to reveal a gleaming, well-polished and oiled...
How do you keep that thing tucked in down there?
peg where his leg used to be. And it's capped with an iron cup that holds a stump at the knee.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, I won't lie.
Well,
how'd you lose it?
Well, it's quite a story. Why don't you lean in a bit closer?
I'll lean in.
Well, it happened many years ago. I believe it was 1957. December 13th, 1957. You see, I was but a young lad on a boat, and I was trying to make my way in the industry, of course, and I was helping pilot this boat. We were taking elephant tusks from the coast of Spain back to the mainland here in the States. And our boat hit a storm. Oh, it was a nightmarish cacophony of lightning and wave upon wave thrashing upon the deck.
Ooh.
And I was swept overboard. Taken for dead, I'm sure, but I managed to cling to a piece of driftwood that was drifting like wood does. And I lost consciousness. Lucky for me, I came to on a small island just off the coast of Mallorca. And I thought I could survive here. It's very nice, very lonely, but the weather was decent enough. The storm had passed. And then there was no food. I was forced to eat my leg.
Ooh.
I began at the foot, one toe at a time, until 3 months later, they found me. I managed to suture up the skin as I ate, losing blood, but eating the only nourishment I had. When they found me, I was yet but a skeleton, a sagging sack of skin. But I'm better now.
That sounds like
on his leg.
sounds like the time me and my uncle Rowan went fishing in the Chesapeake Bay and flipped our little boat Skarsgård over. A lot like that went down.
So you're catch and release too. I see. That's very nice.
No. We don't do no catch and release.
Just release.
Well,
We're men of the Atlantic.
not if it's leg.
Okay, yeah.
Young lady,
All right,
how's
final
the tea
question.
coming? Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes.
So you said your name's Bacon?
Captain Colonel Bacon at your service.
Are you a distant relative of Virginian rebel Nathaniel Bacon?
No. Virginia Nathaniel Ham is my cousin.
Oh,
Virginia, of the Virginia Hams.
all right. That makes you a lot less cool. I'm going to have to put that on your point sheet. All right. That's all my questions for now. We'll see where this goes.
Well, thank you. Thank you for giving up your chair, young lad.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I'm going to walk out with all the stuff ready to go for tea.
Oh, thank you.
If
Thank you.
you asked him about how he figured out about us yet.
Yeah, I asked him that.
Oh, all right, just checking.
Okay.
So, when would you like to leave? I understand there seems to be some sort of impetus to travel quickly.
Oh, no, we got to kill a few weeks first.
All right. Well, that's fine.
No, we
I'll
don't.
be here. Oh, what?
He's joking. He's a terrible sense of humor. We really do need to get out there as soon as we possibly can.
Oh, all right. How would you like to go tonight?
I'm coming out of the bathroom.
Hey, Jack, how'd you like to go over to the island tonight?
Did you ask him how he knows us?
Yeah. You asked him
Tonight,
about his
huh?
leg. That sounds like it might be a fun story.
Do we have the provisions? Do we need flashlights? We need rope. We need to make sure we have everything. We got all that?
Well, young man, you must take a little time to prepare. I believe dusk would be the best time, and that gives you around 4 hours to prepare.
All right. Where's Walmart?
Well, you can find most supplies up at the Kingfish Charter. Dun, dun, dun.
I can't go back there. So I don't know what kind of boat captain doesn't have supplies for us.
I
Saying,
do
but
have
whatever.
some basic supplies for an additional cost, of course.
For a
Wow.
price.
I have a $2 bill. Will that cover everything?
Oh, I'm afraid not, young sir.
All right. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Yes, sir.
Detox
I like the way
pen.
you're thinking.
What's your price?
Well, I believe for the danger and the avoidance of the Coast Guard, and I happen to know at which times they patrol the area. I know where the obstacles are, the
What's your
mines,
price?
and the drones which currently monitor.
That damn kid.
No, young sir, these are professional drones.
Damn teenagers.
Government
drones.
drones.
I have a gun, so we don't need to worry about those.
I have a net gun.
Well, let
I
me
hear if
tell
you shoot in
you.
the general vicinity of the drones, they scare very easily and are quite skittish, so they might just fly away.
I've taken other folks through the years. I've seen some fools attempt the trip on their own.
We
And-
aren't, though.
I'll tell you what.
As soon as they are
Stop your
detected,
sales pitch. We're ready to go. How much?
as soon as they are detected, I've seen certain unmarked helicopters sweep in suddenly to pluck them from the island? Or, God forbid, the waters?
Your exposition dump has a lot of awkward pauses in it.
That's quite fine. I can edit them out.
And it smells like dump.
It smells like a dump. So I think for all of that, let me take a quick peek at your character sheet.
I have a $2 bill. I explained this.
I know exactly how much you have.
Oh, shit.
It is a
Roy
$2 bill,
Arroyo.
and those things are quite nice.
Let's see. At any given time, he's
Maybe
got $5,500 on him. And Jack Whiteside has
Jeremy, you need to make it like an exact
5,000.
amount. Like $14.36. You need to buy something, and that's what it costs.
How would you
after that.
feel about...
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm going to hang on for a second. Will this change your mind? My friend Mr. Washington here might have something to say about this. And I slide a $1 bill across the table.
Oh,
$13.46.
that will buy you exactly 1 second on board.
Sold.
I didn't
How
say
long is
which
this
second.
going to take?
14 seconds.
So he quotes you $3,000.
All right, I'm gonna walk into the kitchen, walk towards the kitchen. Is the kitchen? I don't know the layout of the house. Is the kitchen away from them?
It can be, sure.
All right, I'm gonna start walking towards the. Hey, Julio, I need your help in the
All
kitchen.
right. I'll be right back. I just need to go help my friend over here.
No problem, young lady. So, Mr. Whiteside, what do you do for a living?
I investigate.
I see that. And how is that going so far?
Well, there's roadblocks everywhere you go.
This is
But
true.
somehow,
This is true.
it always seems to work out mysteriously.
Yes, the truth can be elusive, can it not?
Well, you can't find a boat an entire day on an island, which is ironic, and then all of a sudden, a knock at the door, and now we have a boat.
So, do we have a deal, Mr. Whiteside?
Let me ask you a question.
Please, by all means.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired, unfortunately. I could no
What
longer
did
get
you do
about as
for a
well as I
living?
could once upon a time.
What happened to your leg?
And he delves into that story, and we'll cut back to Roy and Detox in the kitchen.
All right, Detox. I took you away from Jack because he has morals, and that's stupid. Do you remember earlier when you did that whole online meme where you took that money?
Oh, yeah, the credit card thing for the hotel. Yeah, I'll
Well,
remember that.
We have a $3,000 bill.
I might have something in my bag that can help make that go away.
It's a snap.
Yep. You do your thing. And then we can act like I took it out of my account because Jack is a Snoopy weirdo, but he doesn't look at my bank accounts as far as I know.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, and I'm going to grab my bag and open it up and
It's a sack.
dig it through it for a second, and I'm going to pull out a pair of credit cards, and I hand them to Roy. Either one of these should work. You have a MasterCard and an American Express. I don't know what he takes, so...
All right.
Probably
I'll
not
walk back
credit
out
cards.
into the living room.
He bends over, swipe.
All right, Bodie.
And that's why they call me Sticky Fingers.
And that's what happened to my leg, Mr. Whiteside.
All right, dude. I mean,
Yes,
I feel like he could have heard that story from the bathroom, so you just wasted a lot of
I
time.
was
But
pushing in there.
I've decided that we will pay you $2,600.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Arroyo. It's $3,000 or nothing.
Yeah, but the $2 bill is still in the
And
table.
I'm afraid that it will have to be cash as well.
Do you take Venmo?
I'm afraid not.
I can repair a lot of screen doors for you.
I'm not
afraid
sure what that
Venmo.
means, but cash on the barrelhead.
All right. Well, then I need to go to an ATM.
All right.
The
That's
closest one
fine.
is 60 towns away.
I'm sure you can work it out.
And then I will pay you, but I expect there to be a jet ski in the mix.
A jet ski.
No takes backsies. There's a jet ski deal.
I'm afraid I
Now
don't
we-
own a jet ski.
What about a
That
wave
seems like something you got to work out. It was in the contract.
Yeah,
Possibly
all
a ski
I'll,
day?
I'll do the best I can. How's that?
All right.
Now, would you be needing any supplies?
Uh,
I'm gonna walk back out. I think we'll be able to find everything we need in between the charter place and the general store.
All right, then. I will see you at dusk. Meet at the wharf. Dum, dum, dum. And he
fisherman's
actually
wharf.
says that.
Yeah, either you know why he keeps doing the dumb thing. It's kind of strange.
I'm sorry.
Just
It's
grabbing you.
it's left over from the war. It's I'm just trying to cough up some leg.
Uh,
All right, boys and young lady. I will see you tonight. Be prepared.
Oral.
And he takes his leave.
And
it's
his
not the
leg.
front door. That's a coat closet. Oh.
A spider just came down in front of you.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. That was cool.
Happy Halloween. Oh,
I think it was actually
All right,
just
Jack.
cat hair.
Oh, darn it.
all right, Jack. In the kitchen,
Yeah.
Detox gave me its 1,000. I got my I gotta go get my 1,000 from the ATM. You gotta give me your 1,000 so I can
Yeah,
pay him.
I'll Venmo you right now.
And just FYI, you guys all have cash, plenty of cash.
We just carry thousands of dollars
That's
with
your
us.
spending level. Actually,
Okay.
it's the,
All right,
the cash that's on your character sheet.
I gotta go to the ATM though.
All right,
You
I
don't
gotta
need
go to
to.
my.
1,000.
I gotta go to my character sheet. Hold on.
You don't need to unless you're doing something
No,
different.
I have to for
Yes.
what I'm doing.
He's shady.
Yeah. So, all right. Go ahead
and Roy
and
are gonna head out
let's
to
do
the
this.
general store. Maybe grab some supplies. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
while you're
everything
there.
down
Yeah.
there.
Stock up while you're there.
Yeah, what? I mean, we're not far. If you want to try, like, walking down to the charter place, you can see if they have anything interesting. I might have seen, like, a bicycle around the back if you want to get industrious.
I don't need to work out, but all right. What are you saying?
I don't know. What you think I'm saying, Thunder Thighs?
Do me a favor. Give me some Booberry while you're there and some Pop-Tarts.
Blueberry and Pop Tarts. Got it?
Yeah.
Any requests for any specific flavor for Pop Tarts?
Yeah, blueberry.
Okay. Blueberry and Booberry. Okay. I got that right up here.
And
Am I
some
not-
strawberry quick.
Hey, Detox.
Yes.
I will shoot you if you bring Booberry near me.
Good to know. So we're going to
All
go
right.
down to the general store. Oh,
Great. So let's accelerate this a bit. Let's say that Roy manages to hit the ATM. What are you going to do there, buddy?
I'll pull out the $3,000 that we need to pay him, having pocketed the $1,000 from Jack Whiteside.
All right. Fine. And for the folks who are gearing up with some equipment, I need you now to make a list of that equipment.
Oh, Lordy, I do declare.
Thank
we're putting that
goodness
on
I
our
did not
character
go
sheet.
with them.
So you know approximately where you're going and approximately what might be waiting for you there. So I would encourage you to try to be prepared for almost anything.
I'm going to need my ice picks.
Yep. So I'll let you. And actually, why don't we do this? I'm going to create a note, a handout, and I'm going to give you all three options to it, and you can just go ahead and record there what you need to. And actually, I'll just call this shopping list. How's that?
Oh, I like it.
Shopping
It's quite
list.
nice.
Where?
Boom. It's in the handouts now. Should be at the very top.
Got it.
Shopping list, and you can edit that and start adding your own stuff, and maybe talk amongst yourselves too to make sure you don't cross reference stuff or make too much of it.
Text.
So what are you putting? Shout it out.
50 foot of rope.
Awesome.
12 handgun bullets.
Yeah, you can assume ammunition's fine. You're really
Alright.
just doing like equipment stuff. And I'll let you know if anything sounds too crazy for it to be at one of these places, but just standard equipment would be great. What else?
Short-range
Ammunition.
communicators, so you don't have to rely on cell phones because there might not be cell signal out there.
So walkie-talkies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. You can easily find some walkie-talkies.
Chinese hooker.
And I assume that'll be just 2 walkie-talkies?
We probably want. Would we want 3 because that way?
They come in pairs.
Oh, fair point. So yeah, we'll
Well,
probably just have to do 2.
buy 2 pairs.
Yeah,
And that way
you
we
can
have a
freaking
backup.
Leave one with the boat dude.
Yeah,
Ah,
wicked
there
smart,
we
eh, Yehoza?
Okay.
We're gonna need power bars or something of that sort.
Okay. Jot down how many you're going to take.
We're gonna need probably want some bottled water.
4.
Okay.
Wait, what? We all have to fight over the last one.
So we're gonna bring some bottles of water with us as well.
Okay. Count 'em
Water.
out. Put that on the list.
4.
1.5 kilos of Mexican black tar heroin.
Yes. Yes.
I can't add any more stuff. Oh, there we go.
What else?
Drugs.
We're gonna need a flamethrower,
Nope.
Flare gun.
flare gun. That's a good one.
Flare gun, you could probably. Well, that's fine.
Off
Yeah.
the boat.
Go ahead. Put
The
it on
boat
there.
will have one. The boat will have one.
Boat would
No,
have
he
one.
won't. He
Yeah.
sucks.
We'll just take it. Like you took the $1,000 from me.
No, you don't know about that though.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
yet.
that's
I
no
don't.
metagaming.
All right. Let's
bro.
stick to our
won't.
shopping list. So flare gun's fine. What else?
Let's see. We're breaking into a secret government facility on an abandoned island.
Plastic explosives.
Yes, I like that.
What aisle is your plastic explosives in?
I want a chainsaw.
You could have like a survival kit, which would have like the little rope saw in it, some fishing line, hooks,
Okay.
little stuff like that. Just
I
little
want a
survival.
machete.
All right. Did you say machete?
Yeah,
You can get a machete if you like.
sweet.
Put machete in since you're doing it, you jackass. Oh,
Hey.
I will say that it's not a great machete. It's probably mostly used for clearing shit rather than as a weapon.
right.
That's fine.
So we need to have probably Ziploc bags if there's a lot of shit that we're clearing.
It's up to you.
Waterproof matches.
There you
That'll
go.
be in the
That's
survival kit. Why don't I
think.
put
Okay.
little brackets and put that in
Yep.
the survival kit?
And unless you're specific about the survival kit and what it contains, whenever you ask for something from the survival kit, I'm going to make you do a luck roll.
I'm putting
Oh.
them in right now. What's
Awesome.
in the survival kit?
So unless you think of it right now and put it in there, but if it's something that you would think would ordinarily be in there,
Yep.
you can risk it later
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
for a luck roll to find that in there within reason.
Yep.
What else?
Still waiting on a
could you
yes or no on
use?
that Mexican black tar heroin.
No, that's going to be a no on that.
Darn it.
But there is a little old Mexican lady with a basket on her head full of tar.
That
Oh,
might
God,
work.
no. No! How do you spell gauze?
Gauze.
Gauze.
Z. Oops. 2
Gauze.
A joke book.
A joke book. All right.
Hey, humor can save you in all sorts of situations.
I just think of stuff. I'm putting stuff in the survival kit. Good job. God.
First aid supplies.
Good.
Yeah, I
Good.
put gauze, bandages. This is in the
You
survival
can
kit.
do first aid kit, which might be a
Okay.
little different than a survival kit,
Gotcha.
I would think. And again, within reason, it's fine. What else? Think, guys,
What's
you're
re-
overlooking some easy stuff here.
We got the
Flashlights. Did
heroin.
we
I
say
don't know what we're talking
flashlights?
about.
No, we did not
You
say
did not say
flashlight.
flashlights.
Flashlights. We need flashlights.
And what goes with flashlights?
Batteries.
Ah.
Batteries, flashlights, got them.
Okay.
What else?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Gabe, I don't see you contributing much to this discussion.
I already contributed a lot, and neither are you, so shut up.
Okay, so in the survival kit, I have matches, fishing line, gauze, bandages, plastic baggies, 3 of them, hooks, and a small knife.
Cool.
Seems about what you'd get for like $20 from a little store.
Probably.
Mhm.
Just a basic fishing survival kit.
Yep. Eddie Bauer on the
Tito.
brand.
Yeah. It's a edgy dower
Edgy Dower.
because it's a
Could I get some firecrackers?
I would say
could.
firecrackers would be out of season. Well, no,
You can get-
actually, Roy
you
has
can get
already said that he
whippersnappers.
used firecrackers in the. So yes, you can buy some firecrackers.
Ha.
They're a bit old. So what I'm going to
That's
do is any firecrackers that you attempt to use, I'm going to make you roll a D100, and if you roll a 95 or above, they will fizzle out. They're duds.
Okay.
How's
I
that?
put 30 of them. That's usually a box of them.
Cool. 30 firecrackers.
Firecrackers. Flashlights, batteries, ponchos.
Cool. Good.
That I will refuse to wear.
Yeah,
Ghillie
they're
suits.
terrible.
We need
4.
ghillie suits.
Gilly.
Three Bioshock suits.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
going on water.
Big
bitches.
Daddy.
Oh, the key card for the main door on the facility.
Yeah, we'll just pick that up at the general store.
Yeah. Which level did you need? 1, 2, 3, or 5?
Oh, can we buy a boat?
Yeah, it's right there on the shelf. It's a little tiny one in a bottle.
$2,900.
You gotta put it together.
Could I possibly pick up a backup? I have a lockpick kit already in my inventory, but could I buy a second one just to be safe?
That's gonna be a no-go.
They wouldn't have lockpick kit at like a general store.
You can buy a bunch of bobby pins, though.
Yeah,
And
see?
you'll look fabulous.
What is this? Skyrim or Fallout or any other Bethesda game in
Sky Out and
existence?
Fall Rim.
Skyrim and Fallout, hundreds if not thousands of years apart, locks are still exactly the same.
Yep.
Technology.
You can't
That's
explain
what
that.
the bombs did. They reverted the locks back, and then society crumbled around
Turn
them.
back time.
Absolutely agree.
All right. What else do we need, boys? Ponchos,
got it.
firecrackers, batteries, flashlights, survival kit, flare gun, water, 4 bottles, power bars, 4 of them, walkie-talkies, set of 4, and 50 foot of rope. Carabiners,
Why?
Brilliant.
in case we have to climb with the rope.
Nah.
Okay, no
You
carabiners.
just aren't jacked like I am.
You can't say
help it.
beaners, Brian.
That's
It's
my name, Jack.
Jack Bryan.
All right, what else are you guys buying? Gum.
It said a chainsaw and a joke book, and you didn't put either of those.
I want to bring trail mix.
Oh, Chinese hookers
He's got
too.
power bars.
I have power bars on there.
Cliff bars.
That's a power bar.
No.
Well, I didn't want to name a specific brand,
Hashtag
but
not
hashtag not
sponsor us.
sponsored. Hashtag sponsor us.
We need it.
I'm cereal. Oh, Booberry.
No.
I didn't put it in, Gabe.
Today's
don't believe
episode
you.
is brought to you by the cereal Booberry.
All right, I'm going to save it. Everybody can look at it and see if we need to add more. I don't think I put your machete in there, Matt. Write that in there real quick.
Okie dokie.
Ponchos, gum, joke book, firecrackers, batteries, flashlights, survival kit. You didn't put first aid kit, but you sort of incorporated that in survival
Oh,
kit.
shit, yeah.
That's fine though. That's
Okay.
fine. Just assume that's one and the same.
I was still typing that stuff out when he said first aid
That's
kit.
fine. Flashlights, batteries.
Do we want to put some moist ointment in there?
Some wet naps.
I'm not tired.
Machete. All right, guys. I'll give you 30 seconds to figure out anything else, and then we're gonna move on.
We want to bring a tent and some bedrolls.
I was about to say that, actually. Then that 2 people have thought of it equals it has to happen.
All right, tent. Up tent.
Two-man tent.
Two,
Two and a half man tent.
2.5 man. Gotta lay on top of everybody.
Detox is pretty small.
Can I get a copy of this scenario, perhaps?
Only if you back the Kickstarter.
Oh, man.
Trying to think of what else is in there that we would need.
I
We
think
would
we're
spend
pretty
more
well
than
stocked.
30 seconds.
Yep. I think we need to close
pull
it
the
off.
plug
So
on it.
5,
Dramamine and heroin.
4, 3, 2,
Cocaine. We need cocaine.
I think that's good.
1. All right,
Change.
that's it. Go ahead and lock that down. So I'm going to take it away from you. And there you have it. So you can see it now, but you can no longer edit it. So there is your list.
Why couldn't I get a chainsaw?
Why didn't you say
They were fresh
I
out.
did.
They were fresh out.
out
They had
chainsaws.
the spot on the pegboard where they were hanging. It was all dusty around
That's right.
it. And
The
just
truck comes on Monday. That's it.
And like
Next
some guy
Monday.
named Ash came in and bought them all out.
Exactly. All right. Is there any other last minute things that you guys want to do before you meet him at dusk down by the wharf?
Buy a chainsaw.
Wharf.
I'm gonna walk around the back of the house while they're off shopping and look at the bike. Kind of grab the handlebars, pull it out a bit, cautiously step over the main bar and stand on it, try to pedal a little and fall and crash and be like, damn it. Get up and throw it against the house and just start walking.
It's just like crashing a bike.
Never learned how to ride a bike.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
Nah.
Oh, cheese and crackers.
You find a little cheese
right.
and meat board. So,
Yeah.
but you ate it all before you left. So
Well,
it's all good.
We can stop at Arby's and grab some roast beef. Oh, wait.
and curly fries.
All right. So dusk approaches, and you guys are back at Villa Winona, and basically gearing up, packing your packs, and getting dressed. A light rain has started to come down, so the ponchos are going to be necessary.
Like 60 watts or
Yeah, baby. Light rain.
light rain.
And
Purple rain?
Purple. No, can't do that one.
Chocolate.
Nope.
Nope, he's dead.
Purple flowers.
We can do chocolate rain, guys. It's okay.
Chocolate rain. And it's time to leave.
Nice. What time?
Dusk.
Time for you to get a watch, bitch.
It's time
You
to
don't
leave.
have one either.
All right, guys, you ready? I got everything in my pack. Oh, backpacks.
I assume
We're
you
just
guys have
walking down the
packs.
street holding everything in our arms.
We got it. We got it.
The bars are getting moist.
All right. And so you appear down by the wharf, and you see a small boat.
Did we travel there, or did we just appear?
Yeah, you just
We traveled by map.
It's fast travel.
Yeah.
Just open up the map and you blink. And you
NPC.
see the wharf is just a collection of sort of
Ridges on his forehead.
ramshackle boards that lead down to the water's edge to a dock that's seen better days and is sort of covered with moss and hasn't been kept up very well. And it kind of looks that way about the boat too. It's the U.S.S. Booberry, and it looks very weathered. Whatever paint may have been decorating the exterior is long since worn away. And you do have a couple moments looking at it from a few feet away that is it even seaworthy.
And it just says "Booberry."
And then Captain Colonel Bacon toddles out from the engine room and spots you, and he's like, "Ahoy! Do you need help clambering aboard?"
I raise my hand and wave, say "Chips."
Fish.
I've never heard that
Ahoy.
in my life. Come on,
Fish
then.
ahoy. I've never heard of that.
Don't let the look of her give you any concern. She'll get us there and back.
If you say
Hey.
so.
I guess we have to trust you.
Oh, we forgot duct tape. I was going to make a joke, and we
mother.
forgot duct tape.
Oh, you're needing some duct tape, young lady.
How
If you
much is
happen to
that
have
gonna
any, I'll
cost us?
try it
$40?
out.
I've got a half a roll. You're welcome to it.
Which half? The
well,
middle
thank
half?
you. That'd
Yeah,
be
you're
very
quite
helpful.
welcome. I mean,
you never know when you're going to need duct tape. You know what I'm saying?
I believe there needs to be a bit of commerce happening here. He holds out his hand.
Hey, we're not into that. stuff, buddy.
I grab Roy's $2 bill and hand it over.
I punch him in the face.
It's a start.
because-
It's a start.
Give him my $2 bill back.
Here you go, sir.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm on my phone canceling
Keep
my
that-
Venmo transaction.
Keep that safe. It might be worth something in many, many years.
Yeah, probably $2.
Before I get on this crap vessel, what
Yes,
did you
sir.
do about my jet ski?
Oh, I'm afraid Phil and Ned weren't too accommodating in that respect.
And
And they could not be persuaded to part with him.
Although, Captain, correct me if
Yes,
I'm
sir.
wrong.
Ma'am.
I thought I heard rumors that there was some jet skis stashed on the island, and we just have to get there.
Oh,
You know?
Oh, yeah, yes. I believe you're correct.
Hey,
I don't think you
Detox,
understand the situation.
you're wrong.
Well,
You decided to give your boat the worst name you possibly could
oh,
have.
my dear departed wife.
Yeah, I'm glad she's dead. You decided to give
I
her
used
the
to
worst
call her
name.
Booby.
That's not the worst possible name. He could have named it the Roy Arroyo.
That's a lame, bad joke, but good try.
Well, young folk, should we get down to business and get on our way? The sun is set now, and this is the perfect time. It's quite fortunate that the light rain is drizzling down. It's better to see the obstacles that way.
You got like something that can tow me behind.
What's that?
You got something that can tow me behind, so I don't have to be on this shit heap.
Oh, no. Wait, I'm afraid I'm going to need your sharp eyes, sir.
Don't try and flatter me.
I'm going to grab his $2 bill and
Great.
throw it onto the deck of the ship. Oh, no. Looks like if you want your $2 bill back, you're going to have to get on board.
I'll pull my gun on detox.
You might want to put that thing away before you put your eye out, kid.
What do you mean, kid? I'm like 3 times older than
He
you.
didn't say kid, he said kid.
Keed.
Oh, okay.
The hell's a keed?
All right,
Oh, it's like a
time's
key.
a wasting.
If
Time's a
you
wasting.
key something. All right, I get on the boat.
All right.
Hey, Jack, throw me my $2 bill.
It's all wet. I can't get it up. I'm trying
Come
to
along,
scrape
come
it
along.
up
It's
off
safe.
the-
It's safe. Look at Mr. Jack Whiteside. It's completely fine.
Yeah,
I'm going to get on the boat as well.
Can you just rename it quickly?
We can
I told you the B's all rubbed
we can
off. It's just
rechristen it
Booberry.
for another $1,000. We can rechristen it however you like.
Jack, pay the man.
No, I'm all set. I'm tapped.
You can name it.
I gotta
anything
go
you
to an
like
ATM.
for $1,000.
An ATM. Oh shit.
We don't have time to go to the ATM,
I'm
Roy.
afraid time's a ticking.
All right, then you got to leave without me.
And at that point, Roy turns on his heel and slips backwards into the boat. His gun goes flying overboard. All right, then. We're on our way.
I wasn't on the boat.
Now you are.
You are now.
How did I slip like that? That doesn't
You
even.
turned,
It's
you turn
raining.
on your
It's
heel,
wet.
it's
You're
raining,
old.
Wet. You're,
It's called the stall factor.
and there we go. So we're
I
we're
didn't make
basically
even a
on.
roll.
And now you don't have a gun.
So the boat pulls away from the shore, and the captain calls out and says, "Mr. Whiteside, keep an eye out. Please climb to the fore of the vessel, and let me know if you see anything in the water ahead."
Detox, come with me.
No, Detox. Ma'am, I need your help in the engine room. And Mr.
All
Arroyo,
right.
if you could keep an eyeball out towards the rear.
No.
We like to call it the aft. And what we're looking for is any sign in the sky of the Coast Guard, the drones, the helicopters. Give a shout.
Roy, before you do that, support me up front here for a minute. I want to raise my arms up and spread them wide.
Declare yourself as king of the world, perhaps?
Oh, it's so nice feeling that sea breeze through your hair.
Sorry.
No, sea breeze. Stop pouring sea breeze on me. What the hell's wrong with you?
Just Roy, whatever you do, don't trust him if she gets on the raft and says there's room for only one.
She's like all spread out. No, there's no room. Honest, there's no room.
And the USS Booberry chugs slowly into the night, parting the waters.
Gross.
Well, if it parts the waters, we're going to be on the bottom of the lake and we won't go anywhere because of the boat. That seems like a fundamental flaw in this plan.
Damn it, Moses.
I need Jack
Mehoff.
to give me a spot hidden roll.
There it is.
Hand it.
Oh, schnitz. I needed a 70. I got an 87. I flailed.
Are you going to let that stand?
I can't spend 17. I only got 22 left.
That would be very unlucky of you.
So I got to let that stand.
No, there is one other option.
Ah, ha, ha. I got a fart on your roll.
Roll.
Oh, shit.
But you don't have to take it.
You don't have to.
I've never done it. I have never pushed a roll.
Uh-huh.
Ah! I pushed the roll. I needed a 70. I got 85.
All right. So the boat chugs along.
And immediately sinks.
And immediately, goodbye, U.S.S.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Roy
All
is
right.
not happy. Look at his face.
Roy, I'm going to need you to make a spot hidden, please.
Push it.
Push it real
Oh,
good.
thank
70, I got a 65.
All right, that is a success. And Detox,
It's my name. Don't weird out.
I'm going to need you to make a...
Recounting
How
roll.
about a dexterity roll?
All right. I needed a 70 and I rolled a 42. That's a success.
All right. So the USS Booberry travels along the bay, and the rain becomes slightly heavier. And Jack is on the fore of the deck, looking desperately into the water, but it's getting harder and harder to see. And Roy suddenly calls out that he sees some
The light.
light in the sky about a half a mile away that appears to be tracking towards the boat. And the captain yells out, "All right, Detox, I need you to take the wheel, please."
I'm not very good at that, but I know this guy named Jesus who gets asked to take the wheel all the time.
I need to put up some camouflage. Just steer the course ahead, straight ahead. Don't divert from our current position, our current course.
Turn heading.
Spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
Do you have it, young lass?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's too difficult. Stand here, don't do much of anything. Got it.
All right. I'll be back in a moment. I'll be back. And he leaves you into the engine room where suddenly all you can hear is the chug, chug, chug of the engine and the rain pattering down on the tin roof overhead. And you can see the dim form of Jack on the bow of the ship. It looks like he's sort of leaning precariously over the front. And from behind, you can see Roy and the captain sort of stringing this thin camouflage screen over from the rear of the deck, and attaching it to the engine room roof. And it looks like it's some sort of camouflage that hopefully will deflect the light.
It's a giant flag that says, "We are not going to Bloodsworth Island."
That's it. This is not the boat you're looking for.
Oh, it says this isn't the boat we're looking for. I guess we got to go home, guys.
And then you turn back and you don't see the shadow on the front of the boat anymore. Where Jack was once standing, You see just an empty deck.
Shit. Did I see him do I know where the engine controls are so I can immediately stop the engines, or did I not see?
What's your question?
He wants to stop the boat.
What are you attempting to do?
I want to stop the engine so he doesn't get sucked backwards into the propeller and chopped into tiny little pieces.
Okay. Yeah, you with your dex roll, that was a pretty good success. You know exactly where the throttle is, so you can stop it. Stop forward momentum.
Slam down on the throttle to stop it as soon as I can, and I'm going to immediately spring out to the front of the boat and look down into the water and see if I can't see him down there.
All right. As soon as you cut the throttle, cut the engine, Captain Colonel Bacon both he and Roy lurch forward slightly, and he's like, "What are you doing, lass? Did you see something?"
Jack, I think he just went over the front. I was looking at him, and then I looked back, and then I looked back to him, and he wasn't there anymore.
Oh my God! All right, let's get out to the bow and see if we can find him, Mr. Royal, please. And they rush to the front.
Roy gets the spears mounted on the side. He's like, "I'm killer."
Harpoon! Tell me
Jack
what you're doing.
Whiteside, more like Jack White Whale. Am I right?
Roy,
I think Roy,
what are you doing?
I think Roy,
I'm not gonna follow him.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna just sit around,
Okay.
look for my gun that I lost for no fucking reason.
Ooh, okay. And
that's fun.
yeah, it's great. And so Detox and Captain Colonel Bacon rush to the front. Why don't you give me spot hiddens?
Oh, I needed a 50 and I rolled a 9. That's an extreme success.
So you look over and immediately spot something in the water that looks like it could be a very wet human.
Or a dolphin.
And he looks like he's probably on the left side of the ship. And probably about 25 feet away. He's sort of sprawled out slightly. Looks like he's almost sort of floating on top of the water.
I'm going to turn to Colonel Bacon. You have one of those rescue inner tube thingies that sits on some rope.
Right over there.
Great. I'm going to grab it off the wall and jump into the water after the figure in the water that's 20 feet off.
And just as you do so, Captain Colonel Bacon grabs your arm and says, No, don't.
You can't leave him out there.
No.
He doesn't look
closer,
like
you idiot. And you can now see that Jack is clinging to a mine that is floating in the water.
So I'll take it you don't happen to have any books on how to disarm Navy mines on hand, perhaps?
Well, there's no guarantee it's actually live. But we don't know that.
I'm going to turn out to him. Jack, are you okay? Can you hear me out there?
And there's no response.
Shit. Well, can't just leave him there. I'm already in enough trouble with the law. The last thing I'll need is the FBI coming after me again. You have some rope, perhaps? Oh, we have some rope, don't we? Huh.
Yes.
I'm going to go run off, tie one end of the rope to the inner tube I'm holding and the other one to the railing on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I'm going to wave or whatever, and as soon as you see me frantically waving, stop pulling, and I'm going to jump into the water and start swimming towards Jack.
Okay. All right. Roy, how are you reacting to all this?
I don't know, I'm watching.
Got some popcorn. Just
Jujubes?
a large Diet Coke because,
Snow caps.
trying to keep the calories down, so you go for the diet soda.
All right. What kind of roll is that going to be there, Detox? How's your swim?
That's a
How's
good
my-
one. How's my swim?
20.
It's a 20.
20's not very good.
No, not really. This feels like it might be a computer use roll. Perhaps some locksmithing.
Well, I mean, technically you're not swimming, but because you've got the rope and the life preserver.
Mm-hmm.
So I think how about a dexterity? That seems to be pretty good.
Okay.
All right. That gives you a little bit of leeway.
I needed a 70 and I rolled a 50. That's a success.
Okay. So you managed to basically dog paddle, since you're not a very strong swimmer, over towards... And now you can clearly see that Jack has somehow landed on top of this mine. And he's bobbing gently up and down, up and down. He's not... but he appears to be knocked unconscious.
I'm gonna get as close as I can. He's definitely. I can definitely tell he's unconscious right now, right? Like
Yeah.
he's okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna very gingerly kind of swim up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So is he like on? I'm just trying to picture this. So is he like stuck on it? Like is he like just like laying on it somehow?
He's just laying on it. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like the cartoony ones with all of the spikes. He's not like impaled upon it. It's basically like the ones that have like the knobs on them. It's but clearly, if he had landed directly on the mine and it didn't blow up, your guess is that it's probably a dud.
Darn it.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of go over and try and pull him off of it and lean him like onto get him. Trying if I can't get him like as much as I can onto the inner tube, so that I don't have to try and hold onto him.
Okay.
You let the inner tube do most of the work.
All right. Why don't you give me I'm trying to think, what would that be? How about strength?
Okie dokie.
I don't
Give me a
think
second.
yours-
Roll 20 just crashed. So
Okay.
Yeah.
and now I have to wait 10 seconds for it to join the game. Because thanks, roll 20. Okay, strength. Ooh. I needed a 50 and I rolled a 75.
Okay, that's fine. So what happens is you start tugging at his body to try to get him back onto the ring that you're also floating on. And his body sort of slides down the mine into the water. And you grab him by the belt loop, but at the same moment you see that one of the knobs that is on the landmine pops loudly out as if there was a depressed bit of detonation machinery. And your best guess is that where this was a dud a minute ago might now be live.
The first click is just the activation. It hasn't gone off.
It's almost as if his body had disturbed something that had been long rusted in place.
So with my one free arm that's not holding onto him, I'm going to start waving frantically back to the captain. Stop pulling this thing in, you old bastard! Pull!
All right, young lady. Help me, Mr. Arroyo.
How did he know about my family?
Pull.
All right, and together, hand in hand, arm in arm, they pull
Leg and leg.
Jack and Detox back on board. And as they come on board, Jack starts coughing and coming to.
I'm coming too.
I'm coming too.
Bro, Detox. Come on. Personal space.
But it's so wet.
We're all so wet.
I need a towel.
Don't forget your towel.
Well, would you like to abandon the mission? Are you okay, Mr.
Oh,
Whiteside?
no. We gotta go. We gotta get there.
What happened exactly?
I just lost my footing. I had a horrible roll twice.
Oh, you
If it wasn't for that
you
line, I
rolled off
probably
the deck?
To be honest with you, I would have gone all the way down.
Well, you have Detox here to thank. She spotted you immediately.
Thank you, Detox.
No problem. Couldn't have the FBI after me for a second time.
Second time. We'll revisit that.
And at that moment, you hear what sounds like a faint droning sound from high above, and a light sweeps across the camouflage that Roy and Captain Colonel Bacon had assembled, and it continues on. And after a few moments, you realize that the drone has passed away into
Oh,
Died?
It's too bad.
R.I.P.
Rip
Does it have
drone.
any family that survived? I don't like the sunflowers.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the life and death of a drone that we barely knew.
And so after the sound dissipates, and now you can only hear the rain still pattering lightly on the roof of the engine room. Captain Colonel Bacon says, well, I suppose we should continue then. Please secure yourselves.
Zip.
Put yourself in a safety deposit box and don't ever come out.
Please keep all arms, legs, hands, and feet inside the boat at all times until the boat has come
I'm
to
going
a
to
complete
grab one of
and final
the
stop.
life jackets and immediately put that on and strap it to me.
Excellent idea, Mr. Whiteside. Now, why don't you help me in the engine room? And Detox, with your excellent extreme spot hidden rolls, why don't you take a peek at the fore?
Sounds good to me.
All right. We'll be arriving shortly. And he turns the throttle back on.
I don't know why he's making race car noises.
Need for Speed, Booberry. All right. So the boat continues along in the darkness, and soon you can see a hulking shadow emerge on the horizon.
Oh shit, it's the Hulk.
A landmass that says Bruce Banner lives here. Or is it David Banner? I don't know. And so the captain very skillfully steers towards an alcove that looks like just a bunch of rocky outcroppings to you. And indeed, you can see towards one far end of the approaching island what looks to be some sort of shattered ship. Just a wreckage that's barely recognizable, probably about a half a mile away up the other side of the coast. And Captain Colonel Bacon leans over to Jack and says, yes, those were some of the fools I was telling you about. And then he burped. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous in these waters.
And he nods, very intent on watching out the window. And you approach the island even closer. And Detox, why don't you give me another spot hidden roll, please?
Oh, snap.
I needed a 50 and I rolled a 7. That's an extreme success.
It's nice when the keeper doesn't like it.
No, actually, I'm perfectly fine with it. So, Detox, you're straining very hard, looking into the darkness, trying to make out
Veins
anything.
popping. Oh.
But you also have a bit of memory to aid you in your sight. And that was the drone footage that you had previously seen, at least a portion of it. And you immediately recognize the cove where you had spotted what appeared to be a motorboat parked, docked, I guess. Well, not docked really, but just sort of brought onto a bit of dry land to get out of the water. Beach, thank you.
Son of a beach.
Son of a beached. And that's indeed where Captain Colonel Bacon is steering the U.S.S. Booberry. And you can see as you approach closer and closer that it's not quite as dangerous as it appears from further at sea. The cove itself appears to be well protected from the waves and and any kind of violent tidal activity. And within 50 feet, you can see that the motorboat has been very carefully covered up and appears to be in pristine condition.
Ooh.
What do you make of that, Mr. Whiteside?
Well, it's very, very peculiar. We'll say that it's very peculiar. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to step out and step to Roy. He's in the back still, or is he in there with us?
Yeah, he's just outside. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roy, his boat is still here. It's covered. That means he's been here the whole time. This doesn't look good.
Just disappear.
Great. Yeah, we got to get on that island as soon as possible. He could be in danger.
Oh, maybe. No.
Uh-oh. Don't say that again. You cut out.
The last thing I had said was that people don't disappear, and then I cut out.
Okay. Well, they do if they want to. That's what I'm worried about. He has nothing left to lose, he thinks.
Yeah, but he knows that we would look for him. I mean, he said not to, but he's not that stupid.
Right. Well, let's get on there and see what we can find.
I'm sure we'll find him.
All right.
Look, a jet ski. Oh.
Jesus Christ. I'm just worried about him. I didn't know him that long, but we got pretty close on that last case.
Yeah, rub it in, bro.
All right, get the lotion. All right, let's get on that island and see what we can find.
All right, well, I'll bring it in a bit closer.
Whoa, the boat.
I have a gangplank and everything, so don't worry about it.
Oh, you mother!
And he
Dirty.
brings he brings in the ship just as close as he possibly can to the where the motorboat is, and asks Roy to drop the anchor.
Is it?
No, put it back in your pants, man.
Roy drops the anchor, and the boat steadies itself, and then he grabs a handle and attaches it to a winch and cranks it. and then from out of the side of the boat is a sort of a rickety looking gangplank that extends out to one of the rocky outcroppings. All right, this is where we part ways. Now, obviously I cannot stay here. The Coast Guard is constantly monitoring. So you're on your own for 24 hours.
These radios that we bought. I
Yes.
hand him one of the radios. It's got a 16-mile range.
16 miles.
That's close enough. The island is only about 4 miles away.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Well, I think it's actually might be a little bit more than that. Let's take a quick look at our map.
All right. I didn't have a map, so who would
Map.
know?
Yeah. So
Loud noises.
let me take a peek at Google Maps real quick here.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more than that. If you look at just the road,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm not sure that.
maybe 18 or 20 miles.
All right, directions to Deal Island, I guess. Sorry, you're driving directions. I'm trying to remember. Isn't there a way to do like as the crow flies on Google Maps? Can you remember that,
I don't remember.
Matt? Or actually, okay, there's 2 miles, so it's actually about 5 miles. So that's not too bad.
Okay, good. I was closer. Did I say 5?
You said 4.
You said 4.
4. Okay.
But 5's, yeah. I mean, it's practically.
So what we'll do is when
So
we're
we'll say
ready,
6
we will
miles.
radio you and we'll meet you at this spot.
All right. Well, I will be here at dusk tomorrow. That's as soon as I can come.
I need you to be on call just in case there's an emergency. If we find our friend and he's in need of medical attention, could you please do that for us? It might be risky, but we will compensate you.
If I do that, then the authorities will be alerted.
Well, just try your best.
I
His
will.
life is more important.
I understand.
But do you?
I don't, but I will. Eventually, it'll all work out in my little brain.
Tomorrow at dusk.
Tomorrow at dusk. Yes,
Fight in the
that'll
school
be fun.
parking lot. It's
All
very
right, so I'm going to turn on the radio and turn on his radio and walk a couple feet away and just test it.
Test. Who's
Check,
having legs for dinner?
Microphone check 1, 2. Only with barbecue.
All right, Mr. Whiteside. Good luck to you and your crew.
All right, I'm gonna head down the plank. Let's get to it. I'm gonna set up our tent, a nice little fire, and have some s'mores. Damn it, we forgot
Start singing
s'mores.
Kumbaya. Oh,
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. Ooh, where did we pull in at? Can you ping it?
Yep, I will put a little dot where the dot is, or a little square or something there. Hang on a second, I gotta get rid of the grid.
okay, ready. Oh, great boys.
Goodbye, grid.
God damn, they got 4 air conditioners on top of that bitch.
So essentially,
The chill facility.
oops. Can you see anything? Do you see what I drew?
I can see it square. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Right here?
sometimes it's a little hard to move that shit, but essentially it's right in here is the alcove.
It won't let me ping anything.
Cove. Yeah, I gotta get on the right objects and things. So
Cool.
Oh yeah, right. I can't ping it.
I can't either. I wonder if they changed that with an update.
There
There
we
it
go.
goes.
Somebody's pinging it.
Click
Who
and hold
pinged
the
it?
left mouse button.
Left mouse button.
No.
Nope, didn't work.
Oh, there we go. Now
Oh,
it's
there it
going.
goes. It's delayed.
Yep.
They're probably having server issues. Shocker.
Yep. So
Cool.
that's essentially where it is, and
Okay.
you see the small motorboat parked nearby, and the Captain Colonel Bacon pulls his gangplank back in.
Whoa, about time, you perv.
Cranks it pretty hard, if you know what I'm saying, and then basically backs out of the cove and heads back across the bay.
The Coast Guard comes zooming in. We heard you backing up.
And you can see essentially a little bit of an old craggy walkway that was cut from the stone that leads around this little cove and up the incline to where you can see a crumbling building structure silhouetted against the dark sky. There appears to be no light, but it's almost like a darker shadow against darkness.
All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna check out the boat first. So I'm gonna go over to the boat and take a look at the boat.
Okay.
Oops. I'm gonna go over to the boat and take a look at the boat.
Yep.
I just ran my head into my microphone.
And you knock yourself out. If you find yourself on a mine, it's the worst thing ever.
Push the roll.
All right, so Jack is wandering over towards the
It's not wandering. I have a deliberate
motorboat with intent.
line that I'm going. Yes.
With intent. He looks like David Dunn in Unbreakable. Rain coming down. Detox and Roy, do you want to do anything?
Before he starts heading off, I'm going to be like, hey, Whiteside, and I'm going to pull a flashlight out of the bag and toss it.
Hey, put that thing away. We're in public.
All right.
I grab it. As I grab it, I click it on.
Nice.
Roy?
I'll follow along with Jack.
All right, so the two of you go over. Detox, you want to do anything else while they're investigating the motorboat?
I'm going to head up and check out the entranceway to that path that's cut through this.
Eat all 4 power bars and drink all the water.
Yep. I'm going to immediately start panicking, and I'm going to eat all the food and drink all the water and throw the rest of the supplies into the ocean.
I'm starving.
All
Use
right.
all the bandages
Yep, I'm eating.
for eye patches. Whee!
All right, so Detox, you noticed that looks like there was once upon a time some iron posts set at intervals to one side of this chiseled rock path that essentially is like an extended staircase leading up. And it probably once upon a time had chain link linking each of the posts as a sort of guardrail to help whoever's walking up from the cove.
Safety first. I'm going to pull out the rope and start tying it to the posts.
Nice. Jack and Roy, you see that the motorboat is, well protected against the elements. It's just your basic stretch cover from tip to
Stern?
back. Yeah, tip
The cheese.
tip to tip, snout to tail. How's that?
Just the tip of the. Just the tip.
Just
Yeah.
the tip.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the cover real quick and just look in. You shine the flashlight in.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's a dead body.
Yes. All right. Woo.
All right. Why don't you each give me a spot hidden?
All right.
Hit
Now
me
I get it. I needed a 70. I got a 12. Extreme success.
Okay.
Bastards.
I needed a 70. I got a 61. That's a success.
Hey, success all around.
Yay. All right. So, Roy immediately spots what looks to be familiar clothing. It looks like it's probably Dan's old leather jacket that he used to wear on the motorcycle quite a lot. And you probably know that given the rainy situation here, and maybe just the general elements out on this deserted island, that he swapped it out with something else, maybe a bit more weather resistant and heavy, much like the ponchos you have on. Jack, you see something glimmering at the very bottom of the boat. Looks like it's down towards where the foot holds are.
Solid gold.
Solid gold, baby.
I throw my pickaxe in, pull it out, and go. Nothing.
And the boat starts sinking.
It's almost Christmas. All right, I'm going to shine my flashlight a little bit more and reach in and see what that grab it, whatever it is. How big?
It's a mouse trap.
It looks like just something small and metal.
Okay.
Down.
It's definitely a mouse trap.
No,
It's a double-edged razor slice.
it's the game mousetrap.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up the table that I bought at that
Nobody
general
gets
store.
hurt.
All right, so I'm gonna reach in and grab it.
Okay, so it's basically Roy has to hold your feet so that you can get down as far as you can to
Get
It's not a
down,
dance
get
party.
down.
extend your body all the way down into the foothold
Okay.
beneath the steering column to snag this. And as you get closer and you're about ready to snag it, it's very plain what this is.
It's a fish lure.
It's Dan's lighter.
I grab it quickly and say, "Pull me out! Pull me out!"
I'll
Pushes
push
the
him.
Jack slides into the boat.
My neck. I can't feel my legs. That's not funny.
It's you quit fooling around over there. We have a person to find.
Did you
Pull
hear
'em
something,
out.
Roy? I didn't hear anything. The weather is crashing with the waves. And I climb out of the boat. Why'd you push me in there? Come on now. Roy
Because it was funny.
may have a bigger issue than we thought. I hand him the
Called denial.
lighter.
He had
You
you
know he doesn't
Playboy
go
issue
anywhere
number
without
69.
this. He doesn't go
It's
anywhere
called
without
denial, bro.
It's a river in Egypt.
If I beat the shit out of you constantly, you'll never give me bad news.
Hey, look what I found, a free lighter. I hand it over.
Nice.
All right, so Roy now
I'll
has
pull him out of the boat.
nice. And then
And I'm much more worried now than I was when I was on the Booberry coming over. I'm much more worried now. Because he doesn't go anywhere without the lighter. That's what he had from the war. And cheese.
and as Roy pulls Jack out after Jack declares his worry, they clasp hands and sing, "That's fucking teamwork."
No, excuse me, I gotta go do some dick push-ups.
I don't know how you can do that on that 3 inches you got there.
I'm sorry. They're cock push-ups.
How many can you do?
Depends on what kind of rooster
I
he
can
has.
do
that
one,
day.
but it's really quick.
Don't blink, you'll miss it. All right.
Let's get in there and see what we can find. I pull Roy's pants down. All right, let's get in there and see what we can find.
All right, let's go.
So we're gonna go grab detox.
Yeah, he's waiting for you guys on the staircase.
Who is
I am.
They
waiting
are,
for us?
They are waiting for you on the staircase.
Got you, sucker. Wait.
Dum
right.
dum. Oh. Blow pop.
All right, let's go see what we're up against. I'm
Tootsie
gonna walk
Pop.
up to the staircase and start going up. It's covered in rusty blood.
All right, so
No, Rusty's blood. It's a guy we used to know.
Tin Roof Rusty?
It's blood.
Blood. All right, so with Detox in the lead, you travel up the staircase that winds among the rock outcroppings and weaves with the natural flow of the stonework until you see a 10-foot chain link fence appears in front of you. The gate
It just appears?
Appears. Bing!
What the fudge?
Goddamn poppin'.
Mary.
So it's a 10-foot chain link fence. Doesn't appear to. Actually, there is a padlocked gate with rusty chains keeping it closed. And beyond that, probably about 20 yards beyond the chain link fence is
Another chain link fence.
a 3-story crumbling building, but it's quite clear that a series of chain link fences,
Chain link fence all the way down, man.
a 3-story crumbling old concrete structure. Looks like very industrial, very military complex.
Postmodern.
But it's quite clear that the roof has fallen into itself long ago.
It rusted.
Yep.
Tin roof.
Yep. So it's basically rubble on the top level. And
Arnie.
you're quite sure there's probably damage inside as well. And the rain
Pronounced
continues to pop
damage.
down.
Civilian. All right, how we getting in?
like this, and I'm going to pull out my set of lock picks and go try and pick the lock on the gate.
Nice.
Have at it.
Roll for intimidate.
Bitch.
Spend it.
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 68, but I'm going to spend the 8 points to just crack the lock, which brings me down from 70 to 62.
Holy shit, you got a lot of luck.
Well, you guys are older and
I have 22.
you spent all your luck. All right, so the lock is pretty rusty. It hasn't been opened in a long time, which is really unusual. And so you're fiddling around with it. At one point, your lockpick seems like it might be starting to get ready to snap off. And then it suddenly gives way and it snaps up. Now, Roy and Jack, I'm going to need you to give me spot hidden rolls, please.
Okay. I needed a
70. I got a 63.
I got a 15.
Okay. So while Detox is fiddling around with the lock, and just as you hear the pop, Roy, you see that it looks like there's probably just a few feet up the way on the fence line. You can very easily spot like a piece of the fence sort of waving in the breeze. So it's not attached to the pole. And Jack, you're looking further down towards like the south end of the fence line. And you can see just on the other side, around the south part, probably about, let's say 30, 40 yards away, you can see a piece of the fence is blown down.
Okay.
So it looks like you probably have other options to get in and out. Gotcha. And whoever came before you clearly did not use this fence.
Gotcha. But Detox leveled up, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Click, click, click. Experience.
So, but the lock gives way with a rusty click.
All right.
And the chain falls away.
All right, let's get in there.
Onwards and upwards. And open the gate and start walking towards the building.
Yep, same.
All right.
I'm going to shut the gate and then open the gate and start walking towards the building.
All right. So
Roy's just going to walk away.
And suddenly another chain link fence? No.
No.
So as you get closer, you can quite clearly see that this was a very rudimentary building once upon a time. There is clearly an entrance on the, let me double check my map, a doorway on the, essentially it's the east side of the building, but it opens on a little nook, a little corner, and we can get to that here in a minute. But you can now very clearly see that the roof has collapsed on that third level, and you'd be quite surprised if there was even a third level left up there.
Oh, jeez.
So what I'm going to do is bring you around to what is hopefully you see nothing.
I'm blind.
Good. That's what I want. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So you approach this side of the building, and this is the same side of the building where the fence was. And you guys can confirm that you see nothing right now, right?
Yeah, there's
nothing.
There's nothing there.
Good. So I've got basically I'm going to reveal some bits for you. Polygon reveal is what I want, I believe. Actually, let me try reveal areas. All right. I'm going to do... Just trying to give you enough of a layout so you can kind of... Oop, we don't want to go quite that far. Hang on a sec. Boom. It's almost like I'm reverse drawing the map.
Well, that sounds like fun.
That's good. Without, because they basically publish like some of the words of what everything is directly in the on the map, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. So there, that should give you enough, I think. So that's the east side of the building. And here's Brian again.
Hi, Brian again.
Hi, Brian again. So what I've done is I've revealed the east side of the building and where the entrance is.
Okay.
That's what you should be seeing. With any
Hold
look.
on, I have to scroll.
Yeah, or zoom out.
I just have a black screen.
On the right-hand side of that black screen, you should see. Do you guys see it?
I see it. It says in trance.
Yes.
Yep, now I do.
Okay, good.
It must be French.
Yeah.
So
Like your accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So you can consider that that little blue thing there with the entrance is it leads back to the gate where you came in.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So let me know what you're doing.
Sacre bleu.
No, look at the. So we're like in front of a door. Like the entrance is.
Yeah, is there a door there, or
Yep, that you can see that there's a door.
Is it blown open?
Right.
It's a jar.
It's a jar. The door is a jar.
Damn
right
it.
there. Right?
All right, I get out the my gloves so I can open the jar.
Was that me?
Anyone else hear that?
Yeah,
I think it might have been you.
hissing sound.
Yeah, I think it was you, Jeremy, because
Okay.
it died quick.
Okay, good.
Weird. Okay, cool. So I'm going to approach up with a flashlight shining up to the doorway and kind of peek my head in and do a flash around to see if the structure's safe to enter.
Okay.
So I'm going to spot hidden.
Yeah, go ahead.
I needed a 70. I got an 8, which is an extreme suck.
He sees the entirety of the first and second levels of the building all at once.
I look to the right and there's a map of the whole facility.
All right. Roy and Detox, are you doing anything while he's inspecting the door to make sure that the structure appears to be safe?
I'm going to take a quick glance back and skyward to see if there are any choppers or drones or anything that might be heading our way, just to make sure that they still don't know we're here and they're not going to, come and take us away while we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Got it. Okay, go ahead.
I needed a 50 and I'll roll a 33. That's a success.
All right. So you peer through the clouds, and at least from this part of the island, you're looking essentially eastward, maybe slightly north and south on this side, but obviously you can't look westward. And you don't spot anything. It seems to be just dark, cloudy skies. You can see a bit of lightning off to the far north, but it's deep within the clouds high up. Potentially hail ahead.
All right. So far, so good, boys. Doesn't look like they've noticed we're here.
All right.
But I really don't want to stay any more time on this island than we necessarily have to, so let's keep going.
Cool. And Roy, what would you like to do? I think you're muted, buddy.
There you go.
I'm gonna sort of mark the path as we go, just so we don't get lost.
Good idea.
Okay. Good. Nice. Okay.
Pulls out a bunch of breadcrumbs from his pocket and just starts dropping
Right.
them.
It's all the power bars that we don't get to eat now because they're all
Breaking, just dropping a whole.
sawdust.
there's hundreds of seagulls everywhere.
No. Yeah, go ahead and give me a spot hidden there, Roy.
I need a 70. I got a 54. That's a success.
All right, tell me how you're making these marks.
Because
on a
of urine.
Sharpie.
Ask that.
He's running around pinching it off.
Smear.
Dances with wolf style.
What's the floor like made of?
It looks to be, or at least out here, is just right now. It's like think of sidewalk, so concrete.
Port cement.
I'll
On the
just sort of
outside,
like
sidewalk. Yeah.
I'll like rip my shirt, and every like time we make a turn or something, I'll leave a little trace of it.
Okay. Well, out here at least it's a bit windy because you're still on the
Okay,
exterior. You haven't gone inside.
But once
yet.
we're on the interior,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave like a rock near the entrance. That way we know it's the right entrance.
Okay. And as you do so, you lean down and pick up a rock that you think might be distinctive enough to be a good marker. You reach down and you pick up the rock, and underneath the rock
It's the key to the front door.
You know
That's
what?
where they put
You know
it.
what? I like that. You find a key.
All right, I'll pick up the key.
Not necessarily to the front door, but you found a key.
And you also notice that the rock from under which you found the key, the rock itself is a porous, almost volcanic. It would make an excellent marking device. You could actually drag it across concrete to make a black X if you wanted to.
Then I will do that. I'll take the rock and continuously mark as we do.
Okay, great.
He does different emojis every time.
Wait, was it smiley face, scared face, poop emoji, unicorn, or was it unicorn, smiley face, poop emoji, scared face?
Shut up.
I think it's all eggplants.
Eggplant, water drop, water drop.
He's out there tracing. Why does it take so long?
All right. So the that's what happens. And Jack, you're obviously, you can see that the entrance is pretty well constructed. There doesn't look like there's going to be any problem on this side.
Right.
As a matter of fact, as you had approached, you surmised that any damage was probably contained within towards the center of the building. So
Okay. Cool. Looks pretty good. I say we go in. Everybody watch for just to make sure that nothing's going to collapse on us.
Flashlights out, everyone, and I'm going to pull out another flashlight and
Flashlight out.
hand it to Roy, just so we all have our own flashlights now.
all right.
Roy takes off the end, takes the batteries out, and starts.
Squish.
Squish.
All right. You're all
All right, let's go in.
okay. Jack opens the door and it's locked shut.
Well, then how did I open the door?
You didn't.
You said Jack opens the door and it's locked
Jack
shut.
tries to open the door and
That's
it's
better.
locked tight.
Damn it. All right. Detox, you think you can pick this?
I can give it a shot.
No, I need you to pick it.
I needed a 6 down. I rolled an 85. It's a fail.
Shit.
It's way too complicated for you.
Well, let's go wait on the beach. Guess we're done.
If only we'd found a key or something somewhere.
Wait. I know how we can get in.
Are you going to shoot the lock, Roy?
Fuck
I'm
you.
gonna piss my pants and I already wet pee.
I'll open the door with the key.
It slips easily
Ooh.
into the socket, and it's the thing that Roy notices is that it's well oiled.
Oh,
No, the key. You perv.
And it turns, the tumblers turn very easily, and you hear a slight hiss as the door snaps open almost of its own accord and swings wide,
the door's made of snakes.
and you hear a voice from deep in the darkness say, "Welcome to Winoka Point Research Center." And that's
Damn
what
it,
we'll call it.
GLaDOS.
Oh. That's cool.
Tune in next time for Chapter 7 Bloodlines. So what are your
No.
thoughts on the investigation so far? What's
I want to go in. I've already opened the door once and then it relocked.
You opened the door and then you closed it, and then it locked.
And then I opened it and then it closed it. And then I opened it and then I closed it.
Essentially.
any thoughts about the investigation?
Yeah, I'm excited to see this facility, to see what's going on. I'm honestly, as a player, I'm worried about Dan. I have a feeling that we might
I'm
not
dead.
see him again. Yeah. Which kind of sucks, but it's what a great, if it is the end of him, what a great way to go out, to have your ending be a full-on investigation. You know what I mean?
Be interesting to see where he ends up. That's for sure.
Bottom of the lake.
No, that was Jack Whiteside.
Yeah, shut up.
Clinging to
There's
mine.
one other option
Still
you could
has
use.
his face.
I will never push another roll.
So far, it seems I'm the only one here who is allowed to push rolls because I'm 2 for 2.
Successful? Yeah.
2 for 2, baby.
I have a 100% success rate with my roll pushing.
Nice. All right, well, guys, it's time for some
Hashtag
recommendos.
home.
So let's roll a D100.
D100.
Dundred.
Oh, that's new.
I rolled a 43.
I changed the dice roller.
Yeah.
D 100.
16.
33.
All right, it's me, Matt, Gabe, and Brian. So I'll go first. Tonight I'm recommending. Do you guys like monster movies?
Yes.
Never.
Not at all. I hate them.
I love them.
All right, well, you're going to love this because it's 1998's Deep Rising.
Not deep throating.
Oh, no, it's not a monster
That's
movie.
do like
1978,
monster
man.
How about there is a
Oh,
monster in there?
I'm sorry.
It is directed by Stephen Sommers, who also did The Mummy,
Ooh.
starring Treat Williams from Dead Heat, gorgeous Famke Janssen from House on a Haunted Hill, and Kevin J. O'Connor from Lord of Illusions. He was also Benny and the Mummy, if you remember him.
Benny and the Jets, I know.
Benny and the Jets. It is a brand new 4K 20th year anniversary from Kino Lorber. I saw this back in the day, probably on VHS when it first hit the market. It is a comedy horror mishmash. Think of Aliens meets Jaws meets Titanic. Although I'm not sure when Titanic came out, but anyways.
Or when Jaws came in.
Exactly. It's a story about some mercenary pirates who are hired by mercenary terrorists to steal something from a state-of-the-art luxury cruise liner, which is then besieged by Lovecraftian beasties.
Ooh.
Have you guys ever seen this?
Oh,
Deep Rising.
I don't think so.
It's very funny. It's a very quippy, jokey kind of thing. If you remember The Mummy with Brendan Fraser,
Yeah.
it's got that same sort of vibe to it. But there is, he's very good at creating true chemistry between his lead actors. I really believe that Treat Williams and Famke Janssen could hit it off, and some of their little one-liners and affectionate back and forth is a lot of fun. There's a lot of cheesy action, which is just loads of fun because they set up the expectation that's going to go one way that you would expect almost any monster movie to go, and then they completely turn it on its head and go the opposite way. So there's a lot of reversals. And if you're a big fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, which of course I am, then you will recognize some special effects work from Rob Bottin. And there is one particular, I can't remember what they called the guy, but he essentially gets half digested by one of the creatures and then comes back out, and it's really, but he's still alive, and it's pretty nightmarish. It's a really good set piece. Of course, as such, when I say that it is Aliens meets Jaws meets Titanic, it kind of borrows from every other monster movie, and it's kind of an homage to those monster movies from yesteryear, and even the very end of it could be something from like Kong Skull Island, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's basically just really a fun time sea adventure with a really cool Lovecraftian beast at the end. And then it also set up a sequel that just never happened. He never had a chance to put it together, but it's completely set up, and I would love to see that happen at some point. But of course, everybody, it's 20 years ago, so those folks are quite a bit older. And Stephen Sommers then also went on to do Van Helsing, so that sort of tanked a little bit.
Yeah.
So his career is not the best anymore. Anyways, but I highly recommend the 4K restoration of 1998's Deep Rising. It's a lot of fun. All right, Matt, how about you?
Speaking of ooky and spooky, this week recommending a game called Prey. Came out last year, 2017. And in the game, you play Morgan Yu, and you wake up aboard a space station called Talos 1 that's orbiting Earth's moon in the year 2032. And as you go along, you realize that you were the subject of some super crazy experiments that were supposed to be like the next step in human evolution, and they were going to, alter the path of humanity forever. But as things do when you mess with, these kinds of forces, things go horribly wrong, and the space station you're on ends up being overrun by a group of hostile aliens that are trying to hunt you down. And so it's kind of your job to dig around the station and figure out, what was going on there, what they were doing to you, what's up with these aliens, and how are you gonna survive, or how are you gonna get off of this station?
What's up with these motherfucking aliens on this space station?
It's cool because one of the main enemies in the game are called mimics, and they're these little almost spider-like creatures that turn into objects. So, you might be walking around and you'll hear a skittering, and you'll turn around and there'll be, a coffee cup sitting on the ground. Except it's not a coffee cup, it's an alien, so that whenever you get close, it, bursts out of that form and jumps you. So it gets to this mental game of, is that thing that's lying on the ground an object that got knocked over, or is it an alien trying to hide from you? And it makes exploration into, new areas even more tense, because you don't know what's safe and what's not.
Cool.
You also get some really cool powers later on in the game that allow you to kind of mimic some of the aliens' abilities that can really change how you play the game and how you go about trying to complete your tasks.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the first game that came out called Prey?
No,
Native
unfortunately.
American,
Yeah.
Okay.
Same name, different studio. Yeah. It's Arcane Studios. This is by the guys who did Dishonored.
Oh, nice.
If you played those, it's good.
Yeah, good game.
The only complaints I have is the combat can be kind of lackluster at points, and there are some of the enemies that can be a little annoying if you don't know exactly how to deal with them. But overall, it's still totally a journey worth taking.
It's no Diet Katana.
Yeah.
No, but it is Prey, and it is out now for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
We should do a green wash over the whole game.
What is this, Fallout 3?
Nice. All right. Prey, we'll keep an eyeball out for that, Matt. Thank you. And Gabe.
I'm recommending a comic book this week. It's called Manifest Destiny.
Heard of
It
that.
is basically, so history nerd person here. When Lewis and Clark were setting west to discover the country, everyone thought there would be all these mythological beings and there's monsters waiting for them, and that they would definitely die while they did this.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, this comic book done by Image, which is the best comic book company if you're looking for stories, is what would it have been like if Lewis and Clark found all of those mythological beings as they went west. And it's basically just them heading west, trying to survive and deal with these mythological beings, while also like surviving and sending things back, so that way they can inhabit the rest of the country. And that's Manifest Destiny.
Cool.
All right. Sounds pretty sweet. And Brian.
What?
Wrap us up, baby.
Oh, can we get the paper and tape? Mine is shockingly a Netflix program, because that's my life. Sorry. I just on a whim, I watched the first episode of this show with my daughter, who loved the original that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's a spin on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I don't know if anybody here remembers that. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And it's basically a reinterpretation of it from a horror aspect. She's an actual witch that has a coven that prays to Satan and practices and worships and goes to a school to better themselves to serve Satan. So it's very gory. It's graphic. It still deals with teenagers, which is a little weird at times from some of the content that's in the shows. I started to watch it with my daughter, who's 11, and we shut it off halfway through because after the first throat slice and the blood sprays, I was like, why don't we go watch Bunked on Disney? And we just totally did a U-turn and ran away. But I continued to watch it once when she wasn't around. And it's a pretty entertaining show. It's got a good underlying story. She's trying to balance both worlds. She wants to remain half human. So she's half witch, half human. And she wants to remain that. So she doesn't sign her name in Satan's book. She doesn't give herself over to him. And that creates a rift between the coven and the school of witches and her normal human life with her boyfriend and her friends. They eventually come to find out that she might be a witch they've never known. And that's going to create a rift in the storyline as well. So you've got, she's torn between two worlds. Her whole family are witches. And she's trying to walk that tightrope. Pretty good. A lot of it's a little soap opera-y. After about episode 4 or 5, you can see where they almost fell into a rut. But then episode 6, they pull themselves back out of that, which is nice, and they get back into the dark arts and the ritual and resurrection and necromancy, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. It's the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. The first season's out. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm 6 episodes in, and it's pretty good. It's very entertaining.
Cool. Yeah, I've heard some good things about it.
Yeah, and it's got Belky in it. So
no.
Yeah.
What does he play?
Bronson Pitchett is the principal of the normal school. Yeah, so he's not in it a lot, but when he's in it, you would not know that that's him. He's got a completely different haircut. His demeanor is almost evil, even though he's just a high school principal.
Yeah.
So he plays it really well. He's a flawed man in this, and he shows it. It's pretty cool.
When Satan shows up, does he in the elevator? Does he like, don't kill me, I'll suck your dick, I'll do anything?
No, but he has shown up a couple times, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time.
Thank you very much. Objects may not appear in size of it.
Side effects may include.
You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody wants to explain why the key to the front door of a secret government facility is hidden under a rock out front, you can hit me up on Twitter at TheRealWeirdKid.
Who is a tweeter?
If you want to give me more keys that I can forget about, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
And if you guys want to let me know about some good ointment to get that perfect circle of indention bruise on my cheek, I would love to get that info. You can reach me on Brian Podcasts.
And until next time, roll for
moist ointment.
Ointment. All right.
Woo!
Yay. Okay, stopping.
And we're out.
And I'm in.